but at the start was
Alright, we are back online with more Arydia, the Path We Dare Tread. Last session was absolutely insane. I am amazed we are alive. By all accounts, we should not be alive. Oh, I have not scanned in my new staff yet. So yeah, we got a new staff weapon on Zertle as a result. We also got a new hunting knife on Rix, which is a bit of a shame because Rix's cracked axe has actually been really, really good because then I only have to get endurance in order to get um, high attack values. Whereas the hunting knife is a dex-based weapon. I was kind of hoping to not have to get into a dex build if I didn't have to. I know that sounds weird, like I'm a ranger. I should be getting into dex, but it's less important. Less important here. Anyways, we survived the whatever it's the Natris. Yes, the Gnatris. There we go. But unfortunately, two things happened. One, it poisoned us before the fight, and that hasn't gone away. We still have a poison card in our threat deck that will just hurt us whenever it's drawn. Well, it has a high chance of hurting us whenever it's drawn. Second, we now have a travel card, a travel event, somewhere in our travel pile. It's in the discard right now, but next time we shuffle, we can run into this thing again. And I want to stress, we barely survived. We barely survived. So, yeah. We need to go sleep. Yeah, we need to go sleep. So we're gonna leave. We're gonna get back on our raft. We're gonna put all this away. Get back to our world map. Oh my gosh, we're so close to dying. And we're gonna try and get to a town before we die. The good news is we did get a level up. So when we do get to a town, that'll be good. Get our threat deck out of the way. We don't need it at the moment. Bring in our travel deck. Check my zoom level. I can zoom in just a little bit. Put that there and that there. And let's zoom in. I thought the homecoming back to the basin would be a nice time. It has not been a nice time. It has, in fact, been a pretty rough time. And unfortunately, we are to move this a little bit because we are down here in the hills of war. Okay. What else did we get? Right, we got the poisoned quill. So I think we need to find a healer to get this poison of our deck, but not the healer we've met so far. Or the healers we've met so far. Let's go out into the water again. There's an old beggar over on the road. Far away, a lone figure sits beside the road. Discard this and draw again. We're like, oh, is that an old beggar over on that roadway over there? Nah, couldn't be. Luck of the road. Choose one. Fresh fruit tree, refill one marker on a knapsack, or beauty of nature, refresh the morale travel token, or lucky find, gain 1k. After choosing, index this card. And you don't have to draw again, lucky. I would like to put a cube on a knapsack and then immediately take it off to give Zertle 2 speed, because if I run into any event with no speed, then I, have no choice but to lose a travel token, and I was kind of hoping to do one little bit of exploration. So, travel card goes back into the index. Somewhere. Somewhere. Travel 77 fits somewhere in this index. There we go. Also trying not to get any sneak peeks at anything. Alright, we're going to travel along this path, which will get us to an unexplored tile on the on the Uplands world map. Yeah. Cutting winds. The journey is difficult and your spirits sag. Alright. I don't plan on exploring anymore, so I am okay losing my morale token. And then we go boop, 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 boop. And I gotta switch out world maps real quick. There is a way that these all fit together. I do not have the table space or the camera real estate to have that just always on. But hey, white caps. So we could draw big 20 and go explore. I'm going to elect to not do that because that feels like death at the current time. Yeah, that feels like death. We're going to go here. One more water travel into the berth. Small crowd. Far away, you see a crowd gathered by the side of the road. Discard this and draw again. I don't think we've run into that crowd yet. No, wait, we have. That's the arm wrestling thing that will never, ever finish. Nearby voice. You think you hear someone calling, but it's very far away. Discard this and draw again. Okay, we're getting all these weird events. A mite peckish. You enjoy your travels taking in the sights. Kaboom. Alright. We have made it back to the guild. This is point of interest 40. We're going to go ahead and interact with the guild because, yeah, we're going to be doing some stuff. East Guild Camp. So we can rest, we can stash, we can level up, train, retrain, we can leftovers, and we can smithy. Really, only repair 5? That's sad for us. We need to do a lot of things while we are here. So, first things first, we're going to level up. We spend a total of 15 experience to get to level 5. 5, 10, I'm going to do 16 and then give 1 back. Just based on how these tokens are divvied up. We had a lot of experience. The Gnatrus was worth 5 experience to fight. That felt pretty good. Okay. So a few things are going to happen. 1, I have to mark in some attributes. 2, I need to draw an event for level 5. So that's exciting. I think I draw the event first? Maybe? Event 905. Let's just do it, because I don't think it changes anything that I'm doing. Event 905. We dare. Thetis walks up after your last training session. Your skills have grown since the hunt began. I can see all your hard work on display. Come with me. Thetis leads you to a large chest. Yeah, we don't have much, but I'd like you to take something from the guild cache. You've earned it. Once for the whole party. Draw up to 3 items from the chest, keep 1 item, and return the others to the chest. And this is just a stone chest item. And then we flip this. So let's draw our stone chest item. Draw up to 3. I guess they only add the up to so that if you have fewer than 3 remaining. Feels very unlikely though. Alright, we're gonna grab this one. Is there a long one in here? Doesn't feel like it. Maybe I'm not feeling correctly. I don't think so. So we're gonna grab 1, 2, and... oh wait, hold on. That's the long one. They were hiding at the bottom. Come here, you. Yeah, all the long ones slipped to the bottom and we're hiding. I grab 1 long one. 2 smalls, 1 long, and we'll see what happens. We get the Razor Whip. Whoa. Huh. That is wild. It's a charisma-based weapon. And look at that attack pattern. That is crazy. We also got Studded Shoulder, a left shoulder pad with 2 armor, 2 health. And leather pants, which also have 2 armor, 2 health. Now, I'm not going to take the leather pants because both characters already have 2 armor, 2 health on their pants, on their leg region. The shoulder pad is very tempting because neither of them have a left shoulder. Question is that better than the Razor Whip? Because Rix does have 5 charisma for whatever reason, and I would really actually love to make use of that charisma in an attack mode. Certainly better than the hunting knife at that point. Then I wouldn't have to care about dex. So yeah, pants are going away without looking at what else is available. And then it's just, what do I want after that? A better weapon that I have to be diagonal to an enemy to use? Or shoulder pad that will just keep us alive? Yeah, I think Rix is content with the bow. I want a bow upgrade, but I don't think the Razor Whip is what I want. So we're going to take the left shoulder and put it on Zertle as a giant piece of armor to add to his collection. Because Zertle's our front man, and if he takes the damage, he needs armor. Then we flip. Thades nods at you. You've earned your next rank on the path. There's still a long way to go, but you should feel proud. If Path of Light is in the party, gain Dossier L15. If Path of Wandering, gain Dossier WA5. So this is just a title upgrade. Should we choose to accept it? So instead of healer, I could be luminous, which I'll take. And then I need WA5. The Path of Wandering. Thus concludes a broadcast day. And that turns me from a tracker to a wayfarer. I like that. I like being a wayfarer. Rix, the sleuth trickster wayfarer. I'll be honest, the title system kind of gets out of hand when you have this many, but yeah, whatever. Okay, replace your old path rank with the new one, then banish this card. Okay. Very cool. And now I'm actually going to do our level up now. So we'll start with Rick's. Level 5. I could keep my mana at 5, I could bump my speed up to 6, or I could put my health up to 8. And that's what I'm going to do. That's the biggest leap. Then I could put any single stat up to 6. So if I just go up to Dex 6 right now, I suppose that would let me use my hunting knife. Or I could try to stay a little bit balanced, because Zertle has good Dex. So if I want to keep my skills a little bit balanced between the two, I could do like Int 6. Double my intelligence bonus. That feels like a good call. Yeah, let's try it. So Int 6 will be my upgrade. And then I can get a new ability. We did master Fire Arrow. So the problem is, I can't really do anything else without removing Fire Arrow, because I need all my prerequisites, unless I remove Pathfinding. But Pathfinding has been insane. Yeah, this is a bit of a problem. So I think I kind of leave things as they are. Like, I guess I get to mark one of these as learned but not mastered. So sure, we will learn Swift as the Wolf, but we're not planning to master it because we're not swapping it in right now. Why not? Alright, I'll have to get my Intelligence 6 token out in just a minute. First, let's do Zertle's level up to level 5. Little less impressive. Like, I could put my HP up to 8, my MP up to 6, or my speed up to 5. None of that's amazing. I think MP up to 6 is probably my best bet. It'll be a few levels before I can do that again. Still, not great. Not a big jump. I like the big jumps, you know? Strength up to 6 would help with my melee attacks, and I don't think I need to upgrade my wisdom quite yet. So yeah, we're gonna do strength up to 6 on Zertle. Right. And I also need to select a skill to learn but not master. Oh, Smash sounds like a thing that would be good. There's also light and imbue armor. Let's learn Smash. That sounds dirty. Okay. We're gonna reach in and get our tokens. So I need an intelligence 6 for Rix and a strength 6 for Zertle. Boom. I also need to sell some stuff. Yeah, because I got some old items that I don't need anymore. Actually, I guess they're new items, but ones that I don't need anymore. And since we are at the guild, we can go into our stash and get stuff out. So I reach in, I get 1k, 1k, and 2k. That's a total of 4. Selling those items, and I think I might have a couple more. Yeah, Rix has 2 more to sell. No, 1 more to sell. One of these is a skill that I swapped out. What happened to Zertle's old... Oh, Zertle's old skill is back in the mat, isn't it? Yes, it is. But Rix's old skill was a basic skill, so it has no room on the mat to go to. We sell my old quiver for 1k. Okay. We will spend 1k to do leftovers. We put a cube on every fully empty potion and or knapsack. I think that's everything. And Zertle will spend a mana to put 2 cubes back on his... Actually, it doesn't matter. They refresh on day anyways, which I'm about to do. I will spend a mana to put a cube on Balm. That one does matter. That one does not refresh on the day. We'll spend 1 more K to visit the smithy. Repair 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, that makes sense. So let me update this because it's not obvious what I just did. Zertle going down to 0 mana. Getting big primary armor back. And Rix is getting their big primary armor back. Yeah. Both sets of primary armors. So that in the likely event that we get attacked again, I have a little bit of defense. Okay. And we go look at body and legs. Put them back to undamaged. And you, this is head, body, legs, feet. Jeez, the whole shebang. I should maybe write like a script to update armor for me. But that takes time, and I don't currently have that for this. I'm using my time on other stuff. And that is all I wanted to do other than resting. So we are going to do a rest. We draw a day card. A drizzly day. A scattering of warm showers fall from fluffy clouds as you look out over the landscape. First time this card is drawn, add travel 36 to the bottom of the travel discard pile. We've already done that. And if the day deck is empty when you need to draw, add day 5, which we also have already done. So day card doesn't matter yet. Whole party replenishes health, mana, and speed. We shuffle the travel deck and we refresh our travel tokens. Do that one first. Refresh all of our stats to their updated values now that we're level 5. All right. 8. And 4 and 6. 8 and 5 and 5. Love it. Also, this got bumped at some point, such that you could no longer read it. Okay. And I need to shuffle the travel deck, otherwise I am all done interacting with this point of interest. Ah, brand new day. Love a good level up. I don't think I want to spend my last, or spend another K to repair the last two pieces of armor. I don't think that's worth it. I do, however, need to add a whole bunch of tokens that refresh nightly. I also need to fill in Zertle's new shoulder pad, which is pretty good. Yeah. This is a 2. And this is a 2/2. Got 3 durability and 2 protection. And that is the left shoulder. Undamaged. Very nice. Okay. I say we move on. We were trying to find Nubbin Forests, and if I had to guess, it's somewhere in these areas. So I'm going to do road first because we know Rivertown is somewhere nearby. Let's do a road event. You passed this way easily. Good. Good, good, good. Hampley Junction. Oh, you know what? We could have done the shipwreck before moving on. We'll go out to the water again at some point. We'll try to remember that we've never done that. Hampley Junction. Okay. Uh, grass. Yeah, let's go on the grass path. And I hope we don't fight a Kiro right now, because that is not a fight I am prepared to do, I don't think. Sorry. I talked about refilling all my nightly cubes and then did not actually do so, so now I'm rectifying that mistake. Okay. Good, good. We are on a grass path. There's a small crowd. Far away you see a crowd gathered by the side of the road. Discard and draw again. No, but let's not go there. It's a sleepy place. I say again. Colorful carts. You draw near and see a large cart, colorful with wares and goods. I choose not to draw. Big 70, so we just discard that. We do not have enough money to afford anything the merchant is offering at this time. We have the Misty Plains with small 42. It's a small tile. Surely that's not going to expand into a bigger tile that becomes a giant fight. So let's go to small 42. One second. My space is not organized properly. The problem with just putting all the tiles to the side and saying, I'll organize all those later. Small 42. Okay. This one right here. A quaint camp. A small tent is here, listing dangerously to the side. A halfling sitting on the lawn grins at you and beckons you to join him at the campfire. Okay. A little weird, but okay. Oh, you know what? I think my big overhead camera might be having a little snafu with the who's its and the what's its. I'm sorry. Lost my train of thought with the focus. Oh, okay. It really isn't going to get any bigger than this, maybe. NPC 92. Are you a healer? We could really use a healer. We're going to have Zertle leading the conversation. No, Rick's leading the conversation. Zertle's going to get RP points. 92. Please be a friend. You certainly look friendly enough. Mulligan. Really? A halfling man. Demeanor's cheerful. He's sipping tea and he has an accent. That's his quirk. That's their whole quirk is they have an accent. Come now, come now. As you approach, the man quickly sets a tool down and begins tending a copper kettle. Well then, hello there, Tip-Hat. You can call me Molly. I don't often get visitors way out here. My sense is that you're an exile looking for squills. Well, if that's the case, what brings you to these lonely plains? What's the tool that he was using? Oh, this? Oh, just an old pickaxe I use a hoe for gardening. It's great for making furrows for growing some excellent camellia tea. Interesting. Yeah, we are looking for squills. What do you know about that? Well, if you're hoping for a squill, I hate to disappoint you. I'm afraid I don't have one this year. They wouldn't come bring one to a hermit like me. You're a weird dude. Plains. Oh, it's just somewhere for me to be out of the public eye. Had enough of city living for one lifetime. There's a nice place to, grow tea. Uh-huh. Let's talk about this tea that you have. Ah, yes. Won't you have some of this excellent camellia tea? It brings life to your bones and energy to your tired limbs. I don't think I had enough of an accent, but that's okay. Zertle gets an RP point. All exiles restore speed to full once per day. Okay. Wait. I'll note that in my book. Once per day. Gain full party speed at whatever hex this is. J3. J3 it looks like. Okay. That's the end of the conversation. Why were you so weird? Why were you so weird about the tea? I guess you're just a weird dude. Okay, we leave. Goodbye. What a fascinating conversation that was very helpful to everything we're doing. All right. And we're back. Two different forest paths. I'm going to go to the one less traveled. I'm going to go to the one that goes here and hope that it also will go up that way so I can continue around in case I get to the wrong forest. You enjoy your travels taking in the sights. Good thing I was on a forest path. This is the Grey Kiln with medium 38. Okay, alright. Medium 38. We can go see that. See what's going on. The further we get from this exile camp, the more I feel like we're going to get murdered. Oh yeah, there's also like a naturist somewhere out in the wild that just wants to eat us because we attacked him. Not our fault. He had it coming. Deep in the forest, as you walk among the trees, you hear the thrumming of insects. Boop, 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 boop. And the soft swish of branches tossed by a breeze. The sounds of the forest are rich to your ears. Okay. Too many idyllic locations. We're gonna go here to POI 79. Forest Grotto. You find yourself deep in the forest. You hear the soft rustle of branches in the wind as the breeze ripples the surface of the pond. The trees tower overhead here. I wish I had an orc in the party right now. Jeez. Um, let's listen to the rustle of the branches. Beyond the sound of wind in the branches, you hear some soft, hollow clunking, like a giant wooden wind chime coming from high above. What ho? High above. Beyond the canopy, you see assorted structures hanging from the trees. From here, you can't see any way to get closer. Well, Zertle gets an RP point, at the very least. Okay. What does the pond look like? Purple flowers grow beside an old tree stump on the edge of the pond. That tells me nothing about the pond itself. Thank you. And the trees? Vines wind and crawl up the large trees. You see high above scattered shapes and objects, too symmetrical to be a nest and too large. What about these shapes again? It looks like some sort of tree fort, but you can't see any way up from here. They're really stuck on that. I guess we can't get up. I'm trying to think if... Wait a minute. Hold on. No. I have the vertical leap potion, but it did not say jump 32 feet vertically. It must be higher than that. Okay. Can I find a doctor now? We leave. I just want a doctor. Although if I really just wanted a doctor, I could just, ignore the job for a little bit longer. Clearly I want to do the job first. Traveling on this forest path once again. You enjoy your travels taking in the sights. We've gotten pretty lucky, so... Once again, when is the other shoe gonna drop? Nubbin Forest! Alright. The focus of my small camera is not working right now, so I'm just gonna read this. Travel to Nubbin Forest. We're there. While there, you may spend one speed to pick berries, which is the Dexterity 12 check. So we're gonna have Zertle spend a speed going down to 3 to pick berries. Yeah. Natural 20. Sweet. I'm going to gain Travel 77 again. Actually, no, I'm going to gain Threat 77 because we keep dying in combat. But hey, good time for a crit. Yep. So Threat 77 goes into our threat pile. And that'll help us in combat. We also get 1k on this card. Up to a maximum of 3. And we're going to spend another speed on Zertle to make the check again. 18 is more than 12, so we get another k on this card. And I roll again. I rolled another 18. Where were these rolls earlier? I ask you, where were these rolls earlier? Okay. That is the third of 3k that I can actually get out of this. So we're just gonna, at some point, return to Daneberg, which is way down here. Right, way down here. And turn that in for money. Meanwhile, I'm going to spend a cube from my knapsack to give Zertle 2 speed back, so I'm down to 3 instead of down to 1. Right, and we are in Nubbin Forest. No, I think I just want to leave and try to find a town. Where do we think the next town is? Roads are a good idea, but I see that there is a road that goes into here. So I think I might gamble. Forest path. Explore this little cove. now rather than later. Forest, it's difficult to find your way. We have to spend a speed each, which I will do. So we're down to 2 on Zertle and 4 on Rix. Okay, but we get to explore the tile. The road through Nubbin. And there is, in fact, a little fence on the edge of this tile, so I imagine there's a town right there. So that's where I'm going to go. We can go down here another time. No, we're going to do it. We're here, we might as well go do it. Road. The journey is difficult and your spirits sag. Okay. I'm not going to spend the token this time, or the speed this time. I'm just going to lose the token. We get to explore this anyways. Fort Prex. What? Camera? Where'd you go? Hello? Okay. So Fort Prex is on long 19. Do we think it's a friendly fort or an enemy fort? Yeah, let's go investigate. Long 19. What's the worst that happens? Don't answer that. Through the forest. Sunlight filters through the verdant treetops as you meander through the lush forest. Ahead, you can make out a stone tower. Its parapets reach beyond the tallest trees. Big tower, then. No. Big tile, then. We are here, and there's a big tile at the end. So that's where we go. Big 24. I will also note that now Zertle is taking the lead on conversations, so Rix will get any... oh, no, you did the thing. Don't do the thing. Thank you. Rix will get any RP points. Big 24. Overgrown fort. A stone tower stretches toward the sky. It appears ominously quiet. Oh, there's nobody here? That's a little sad. Oh boy. Okay. I'm gonna move my travel deck because we are in a location. I don't need it right now. Move this over here so I have enough room to put some amount of this tile. Oh, that's big. But most of it is fitting on camera pretty well. I just need to go to the right a little bit. And then I'm going to zoom out and it's going to undo all of the to the right progress I just made because why should I make progress on things and stuff? Okay, I'm just going to do this manually. Okay, that is good enough. Everything that's important you can see. There's an event. There's a tile we can go to. There's a point of interest we can go to. I'm going to go to the point of interest first, which is 39. Abandoned fort. You're standing in a clearing at the base of a large tower. A few crates are here to the north. The entrance to the tower is directly east. There's a group of tents just here. What's in the crates? The crates are full of builder's tools and construction equipment. A slight breeze moves through the trees, rustling the leaves. Is this a new tower? What's up with the tents? Tents sit here mostly empty. A few provisions and packs are left sitting out. You search the packs and tents and find enough food to fill your knapsacks. It's odd. Who would leave such good fare untended? Okay, so we are going to use all of our knapsack cubes to give Zertle 2 speed back, because we're about to fill all of them anyways. And Rix gets an RP point for that, and fill all knapsacks with food, one time only. So you can't just come back here every day and... Oh look, the builders left all their food again. Dummies. Wait a minute. Zertle rolled the 20 for the skill check outside of combat. And you know what that means. You probably don't. But Zertle has the lucky charm, which means when I roll a 20 out of combat, I gain both Travel 77 and Threat 77 instead of just one. So, good news, I didn't have to make a choice at all. Now add this to the bottom of the discard pile, which is usually what you do when you're adding travel cards. And how about the tower entrance? The tower stands here, reaching past the trees. The door to the tower is slightly ajar, but it seems you could enter quite easily. Hint, hint, nudge, nudge. I don't know, I feel like you could enter that tower really easily. Were you so inclined? Let's go to the event first. Which is event 50. What was that? The fort towers above you, nearly 40 span high. You gaze up at it, then around the clearing, scanning the forest beyond. You don't see anything, but all of a sudden there's a sharp, stinging sensation. Is this another Gnatris? I just killed one. Really don't need to fight another. Reaching up, you pluck a small brown quill from the side of your neck. Now, the Gnatris quills are white. Just then you hear a rustling in the forest behind you. You think you see a fellish rogue flitting through the woods. Before you can give chase, it's gone. Oh, but... my brethren. Add threat 18 to the threat deck, and travel 28 to the bottom of the travel discard pile. Oh no. Is this more poison? Yeah, that sounds right. I bet you we're even further poisoned. Well, I mean, maybe good news is we can cure both poisons with one healer. So there's that. Right? Right? And then banish this card. Well, I love how we're just in the middle of nowhere investigating this watchtower that nobody's around in. And then we're like, huh, it's so quiet here. And then stab. Huh. Ow. Oh, somebody's running away. Huh. Just, okay, no explanation. Just, these things happen sometimes, you know? Medium 22. We're going into the tower. Just, you feel the quill poke you in the neck, and then you see somebody run away, and you're just like, hey, wait. Inside the fort, you're standing on the first floor of the old stone fort. A few neatly stacked packaged goods occupy the area, along with a table and chairs. Alright. Oh boy, how high up the tower do we have to go? Point of interest 41. Hit me. You're on the lowest floor of the tower. This floor of the tower seems fairly well kept. It looks like repairs have been made to the walls, and the furniture looks lived in. It's very quiet. What kind of repairs? You see obvious signs of repairs to the walls and floor, where new mortar and stones have been placed. And the furniture? Does it look, like, fresh? It looks lived in, but does it look relatively new? The furniture here is utilitarian and heavy. It looks like it was made recently. Hey, question asked and answered. Alright, let's listen for any sound of noise. The sound of the wind through the trees comes from outside. You hear the chirp of a cricket, but other than that, the floor is silent. Okay. A small cricket is here, chirping rhythmically. You look around for it, but can't seem to find it. I bet you there's not a cricket here, and we're being bamboozled. That sounds like a code noise to keep us on our toes. Medium 23. By keep us on our toes, I actually mean disarm us to think it's just a cricket. Literally the opposite of keeping us on our toes. Sometimes I know word good. A tidy dorm is on the next level. You step onto the second floor of the tower. Beds are arranged in a neat semicircle following the curvature of the walls. You don't see anyone about. Alright, I'm just gonna go like this, because... Oh wait, actually, I suppose we should go like this, basically. Let's investigate these beds. Are there 7 of them? No. PY42. Okay, so I should leave a marker in this area so I can just keep reaching. These points of interest appear to be somewhat sequential. On the second floor. You're on the second floor of the tower. It appears to be kind of dorm. It's even more quiet than the first floor. This room has a bit of a smoky smell to it. The beds here are still newly made. Listen, quiet. It's pretty quiet. You can still hear the chirping of that cricket coming from downstairs. Really loud cricket. And the smell? It smells slightly smoky. Looking around, you see the remains of a torch having burned all the way down. So it's been a while since anyone was here. And the beds. These beds don't even look slept in. The linens are stretched tight across the hay mattresses. At the foot of each bed lies a chest. We open the chest. Looking through the chests. Oh, each bed. We open all the chests. Looking through the chests, you don't find anything of use, just underwear and socks. In the last chest, you find a note, getting key item 38. And we're, like, losing our P point value, but I think that's fine. 38. Cedrin's envelope. An envelope from Cedrin left in the empty Fort Prex. It is sealed with wax and has an addressee on the front. From Cedrin and Fort Prex to Gammy B in Boston Market. Boston Market. Yeah. If you choose to open the letter, you can turn it to its B form. Otherwise, if you find a card with the exact text Boston Market, we can draw an event. That is our second envelope that we don't have an owner for. The first one was addressed to... Hold. Hold. Hold on. Oh, Liaku the Dryad in Rivertown South. Which also, that's a good point. We need to get to Rivertown to turn that in as well. I forgot there was an actual address on there. We're going to continue our way up the tower to Small 32. This reminds me of a tower I had in a D&D game that I ran. It was full of bandits. Desolate tower. This floor of the tower is musty. Old crates and broken barrels lie here in disrepair. Moss grows between the cracks in the masonwork, and there's a thick layer of grime covering everything. Okay, so this one would be like that, essentially. And you can see it's gotten smaller in size. And POI 43. Is this a locked door? Top floor. You're at the top floor of the tower. You can see light pouring from the staircase leading up to the roof. This floor still looks abandoned. A few crates and broken barrels lie here. Investigate that staircase. Can we go up higher? You hear the rush of wind from the stairway leading up. Then, just above the wind, you hear voices as though far away. Ooh, let's listen to the voices. You quickly climb the staircase to find the source of the voices. Draw Event 51 and index this card. Okay. Rushing wind. You rush up the stairs, looking around for the source of the voices. It seems to be coming from the forest far below. As soon as you identify them, you duck behind a parapet. The voices get louder, shouting at each other. Drop Big 26, looking at the illustration and reading the text. Do not flip this card over until told to. Very explicit instruction. I like it. We drop Big 26. Okay. Tower besieged. You peek out from your vantage and notice goblins coming down the road. Seconds later, as you're hiding behind the battlements, you hear a loud whooshing sound, followed by a strange low whistle coming from above, growing louder and louder. Stop. Do not flip this card over yet. Instead, oh, so here, we're gonna. That's what we see from this parapet. And, yeah, there appears to be some people, some goblins attacking us. And each exile checks Wisdom 12. We're going to start with Zertle. That was a 4. Sorry, 4, not an 18. Plus 4 is 8. So to get a 12, I have to spend a focus point and an RP point. I'll spend a focus. Make another wisdom check. We got 4 on the first one. That is 9. Plus 4 is 13. And then we spend an RP points. One way or the other, we get above 12 with Zertle, who has the bigger bonus, so that's not promising for me. Rick's wisdom check. That was interference. That's just not much better, but I guess spend 1 RP point to turn a 9, plus 1, plus 3, into a 13, which beats the 12 that we're looking for. And let's see what happens. Then look at the result on the back of Event 51. Each exile resolves their checks separately. On a success, you recognize the sound as a catapult and quickly brace yourself. The tower erupts in a shower of rocks as a giant boulder collides with the tower. It sways and slowly starts to fall. Just before impact, you leap clear. Flip and place Big 26 on top of Big 24 and medium whatever. Medium 22. So these tiles go away. Medium 22 gets to stay there. And then... Oh, jeez. This is not... Okay, I'm going to take this tile away because I don't think we're going to need it for this combat. I'm going to put this down here. And this goes right here. Roughly. Okay. Place on starting spot Y, then banish this card. So everyone who successfully made the jump gets to start on Y, and then we banish this card. Okay. We're in combat mode. It may shock you to hear. I'm gonna get my travel tokens out of the way because I don't need them right now. I do, however, need 2 Faux 67s and 2 Faux 68s. Ay, ay, ay. I wanted easy combat first. I don't think this is going to be easy combat. Faux 67 is the brute keyword that we haven't seen yet. So that's good to know. And then Faux 68 is the mob. The mob keyword. Oh, I like. You can see the broken tower now. Also, I bet you if you failed, that's where you would start, you know, kind of in the middle of everything. Yeah, that's cool. Goblins are level 6. Oh, we just had a level 6 fight. Oh no. We are level 5 now, so that's a little bit better, but oh no. I also forgot to get my level 5 token. Whew. Okay. I'd counter odds as low. That's just me, though. And we need figure 67 and 68. All right, perfect. Goblin cutthroats here. And then we got a couple of goblin slingers. Sorry, goblin grunt and goblin slinger. I want to admire their art when I actually get over the shock of how I'm going to lose so horribly here. Oh, weird. That's a cool weapon, though. Yeah, it's a good model. Huh. So here's the little slinger, if it has enough light to focus. Nope, it doesn't want to focus today. Will it focus on this one? If I pull back a little bit. So yeah, we're in trouble. We are indeed in trouble. Goblin grunts. Dual wielding a dagger and a curved blade, the goblin greets you with a crooked smile. Its eyes twinkle with a lust for battle. Don't like that. The good news is they only get a double attack on 3 threat. Goblin Slinger. Goblin Slingers are specially chosen from among the sharpest of goblins. This one loads an arrow into its wooden addle and takes aim. I don't know how to pronounce that word, but I have seen it before. Ooh. They attack 2 XLs every time they attack if they have range. I just wanted a slightly easier fight. Alright, let's get this set up. So the grunts are 1 and 2. One starts here. 2 starts on the other side. So I think the play, from what I can see so far, is going to be rushing in and trying to defeat one of them before it can defeat us. I think I've been using the wrong blue ring, but that's okay. I think this is the one for the path of Arcanum or whatever, the Meiji path. But again, doesn't really matter. There you are. Okay, all right, and I'm gonna have them look at us because yeah, we're gonna be under attack pretty soon here. The good news is they don't have the ultra hardened armor thing, and other good news, if we can keep the grunts at a distance, their weak point does nothing. Or at least not adjacent. But they also only have one weak point. So there's that. And 3 armor points each on these grunts. Which I guess makes sense. They're supposed to be the front lines. The slingers on weak points gain threat, which is a pretty standard thing we've seen many times. We're going to need to zoom out a bit and also grab our threat deck. So let me get the threat deck first. Meanwhile, there you go. You can sort of admire their card. Oh, okay. All right. I am noticing one thing that works in our favor. Because we're not in the middle, because we succeeded at our checks. We did not fail. We have a slight advantage. The towers cannot be moved through. They have a bunch of walls. They also can't be shot through because of those walls. So we have a little bit of protection from the second group over here. I think that's going to be our one saving grace. It's going to be our one chance, one opportunity. And let's zoom out to try and get the other goblin cards in frame. And then it zooms in every time I try to pivot a little bit. Oh, there we go. Okay. Not going to touch it. The threat card's going to be a little bit awkward where it is, so I'm going to move that up there, and I'll put the threat discard pile up here. That way you can see it clearly as it happens. Speaking of threat, we're going to have Rix be the first turn as the one who was kind of initiating all this stuff. And let's see what the enemy does. Elementary. In a moment, you have a flash of insight. Active player chooses to have one exile immediately perform a move 7, and then banish this card and draw again, or discard this card and draw again. We're going to do the discard and draw again. I hate trying that on the first turn. Resolve! You remember your cowardice fleeing a previous battle. A resolve as strong as steel rises within you. Either all exiles gain 3 health, 3 speed, 3 mana, then banish this card and draw again, or discard and draw again. Again, not what I want to see on turn 1. If I get the lucky card, I'm going to be sad. But no, we got Brute. Coming up for the first time this game. Brutes activate as a squad. With 0 threat, they target the closest enemy to do a move 6 shank. I believe that's absolutely an option for them. Green is number 1, yes. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep. Attacks Zertle. Shank is a great eye. It's always a great eye, isn't it? Oops. That's body. 3 damage to Zertl's body. Why is the focus on this so bad right now? A little better. A little better? Yeah, a little better. 3 damage to Zertl's body means I take armored hits and lose 1 health. But that's the end of that activation, and then we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Rawr. Okay. Alright. That could have been much worse. We get Rix to have a turn. Rix will basic move, go 1, 2, 3, gaining a combo. And then trying to decide. Oh, yeah, actually, I know exactly what I do. I'm going to spend that combo to Staggering Shot. Which allows me to, and I'm also going to mark that one. Allows me to shift them and also hit at a lower minimum distance. I'm going to go read Staggering Shot just to make sure it does lower my minimum distance. Decreasing minimum range by 1 or increasing maximum range by 1. Sweet. Did that correctly. Basic bow attack. One last thing. I got both of my quiver cubes back, refreshed my arrows. That's an adjusted 23, which means I get 3 hits on this guy and can also push him up to 2 spaces. So first, oh, there's no actual hit there, is there? Never mind. I'm gonna do that way. Yeah, I like that. Second, I get to shift you up to 2 spaces. I'm going to go there, and then I'm going to spend a mana to activate the mark. Yeah, and hit something, I'm sure. One, two, three, four. Yeah. Sure, I'll just take out that armor. Don't really know what I want to do. I thought I did, and now I'm realizing that may not be the best move. But I'm going to do it anyways. I think it'll be fun. Fire Arrow. So this costs me 2 more mana. I target this space, which is in bow range, and then I hit both enemies adjacent to it with the following attack. So it's endurance as normal. I'm going to start with number 1 here. It's a grid that I don't have input into my overlay, and that's fine. 13 means 2 hits. So this one, I come down from the bottom and then go straight up with my second hit. If I get a third hit, I go to the sides as well. And a third hit only requires an 18. I am at 13. Nah, I can't do anything about that. So I get 2 hits. And that's going to mean I go here and here. Just take out armor. Take out armor. And then I resolve an attack against this one. That is an adjusted 20, which makes it the full shebang. And as the full shebang, I want to get maximum value. So we're going to get a hit there, a hit there, and a hit here, and a hit here. Not bad for turn 1. 2 weakened goblins. That is, unfortunately, all that Rix can do. And has spent a lot of her mana. Mana's hard to come by. I need a mana potion. Enemy turn with Zertle on deck. Mob activates. And there are mob enemies, so they do not gain any threat. Target the nearest, move 5, double shot. Double shot has a range of 3. So we start with this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Cannot get into range. Then we do this one, who goes 1, 2, and 1, 2, 3, so 3, 4, and now is in range of both. And has line of sight to both without going through an obscure border. Oh no. This is a red attack, and we're going to do... Is it Zertle first? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes. Okay, so Zertle first, red attack. 2 damage to Zertle's body armor. It's all blocked, but now his body armor is broke. And that also means leg armor is gone because it's the same item. That's unfortunate for us, but we'll deal. And now attack against Rix is to the head, 2 damage. And Rix blocks all of that and loses some armor durability. This is what the armor is for, but I gotta say, it's a little hard to just accept armor damage. Because you gotta go repair it, and it doesn't last very long. And without armor, you die very quickly. Okay. Zertle's turn. So I have a crazy idea to go pummel these enemies, but I don't think I should go pummel these enemies. It feels like a good way for me to get killed. Just looking around at different weak points and critical points on my various enemies. No, Zertle's not going to be good at fighting these slingers until their head hit point is taken out. Yeah, so because of their positioning, if I go fight the grunts with a pummel and hit their weak points, Uh, I would take a lot of damage. Yeah, I would take a lot of counterattack. But at the same time, I think I am going to basic move. Ooh, I had an idea. Yeah, no, okay, this is a great idea. Great idea incoming. I use stratagem. We gain a combo. An exile in range heals for 3. That's going to be Zertle. Sorry, in range 3 heals for 1. That's going to be Zertle. Let me mark that we have a combo and Zertle's at full health. And shift a creature up to 2 squares. 1, 2. Then I'm going to minor action. That stratagem is a free action, by the way. I'm going to minor action move to here, gaining a second combo. Then I'm going to pummel as an action, so we lose 1 combo. And I get to hit both enemies with 1 hit. But because I'm not adjacent to them, I can hit their weak point and not take any counterattack. So on Goblin Grunt number 1, I just hit the weak point. No counterattack, because nobody's adjacent. Goblin Grunt number 2, I do a sweepy attack like that to hit this space, and because I hit that space, I get to also hit both of these by going through that critical points. And once again, weak point does nothing because nobody is adjacent to them to suffer their counterattack. Yes, okay. That was good. And then I think I just spend our last combo to pummel again, because otherwise I'm just trying to like move into a position for something, which doesn't seem particularly effective. So for Goblin number 2, no more armor for you. For Goblin number 1, let's have some fun. I'm gonna hit this one. Which one was that on? I think it was there. Because that gives um, Rix an opportunity to do a vertical attack there and wipe out a whole column, which seems pretty good to me. I don't know. We are at 0 combo now. We spent all of it, and I think that was 100% worth it. It is now the AI turn with Rix on deck. Fatiguing poison. Oh, I knew it was a second poison. The poison from the brown quill courses through your veins. You hope you can find an antidote soon. Active player, Rix, checks endurance. Luckily, it is Rix who has our best endurance. 17. That is an adjusted 21, which means 20 is the threshold we hit. Nothing happens. Discard and draw again. Ugh. Luck of the battlefield. Your enemies falter and you spring into action. Active player chooses gain 2 combo, remove 2 threats, or each exile gains 2 health. Then index this card and draw again. Oh, dang, we have to draw again. We're going to gain 2 combo because the other 2 do literally nothing for us. And then index this and draw again. Thanks, game. I always get these cards when I don't need them in combat. Not always. That's not true. I have gotten some at like the greatest times ever. That's how I beat one of my earliest boss battles, was because I drew a healing threat card at a critical point in the combat. He was great. The mob activates. That's going to be the slingers again, and they still have 0 threat. So here's what they do. They target the nearest enemy with a double shot. Oh, they don't actually move to get within to hit as many people as possible. That is interesting. I think that means, actually, this one. Let's see. Zertle was here. Yeah, Zertle was here. So this one, to get to range 3, would have stayed there and would not have attacked Rix. So I'm going to take that damage off of Rix's armor. I know. In games like this, you're never supposed to undo stuff that happened so long ago, but I'll be honest, it matters. We do not have the fortitude to survive otherwise. Okay, let's activate them again. And once again, it is a move up to 5, and then they target closest. So this is the target for this one. He goes 1, 2, and then I think he has to go here in order to, oh, that's too far away. 4, 5. Perfect. Okay, perfect move. I don't think he can hit here because that will go through this barrier wall. So I think he has to go up to here. Can hit Zertle, cannot hit Rix. And this is on the red die against Zertle. There you go. That is head armor. So blocks the damage. Head armor slot is now broken. But no damage to Zertle himself. This one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh. And they're at the same health. I think we just get to choose in tiebreakers, although it doesn't matter. He goes 1, 2, and can now attack both of them. Wait. Yes. No obscuring borders, so he can attack both, and in fact does so. Starting with Zertle. That is body on Zertle, who has no armor there anymore, takes 2 damage. And for those of you just joining, this game is awesome. That's all I'm going to say at the moment, but if you have any questions about what's going on, feel free to chime in. I am more than happy to answer those questions. Attack on Rix. That is body armor for real this time. No damage gets through, but armor is used up for 1 durability. Both head and body, because it is 1 piece of armor. We are 1 piece of armor. I'm sorry, did the, we are 1 body thing come through in that joke? I hope so. Okay. That's their turn. And then we have a Rick's turn. Honestly, I think this is going very well. Thus far. I mean, famous last words and all, but considering they haven't gained any threat, so they're not powering up, that's really when I start dying, is when they start powering up. Rix needs to attack something, and I think what Rix needs to attack is this goblin, just so we can take one of them off the board. That said, oh man, I am so close to being able to hit 3 things with 1 attack. Yeah, okay. Yeah, no, I know what I'm going to do here. First thing we're going to do, basic move and go bleep blorp to gain a combo. I'm then going to spend a combo to do a staggering shot on this enemy. So I will attack and then, if it hits, shift the foe. Okay. Endurance check. That is an adjusted 23. It absolutely hits. Absolutely. And I push you here. And that is three hit points in a vertical column. We're gonna go boom, boom, boom. I've already done the shift. I'm choosing. Wait. I was gonna say I'm choosing not to push him 2 spaces, but actually, 1, 2. Yeah, because then I can hit with a ricochet. I can hit this one and this one. I'm not gonna spend the mana to activate the mark. I don't think I need to. Instead, I do a ricochet attack, which spends the last 2 points of combo. I target this one and one adjacent to it, or sorry, not adjacent, diagonal to it, which is this guy. And 2 attacks for the price of 1 is just straight value. Then again, Fire Air would be 3 attacks for the price of 1. It's just not very good attacks. So no, not doing that. I don't want to waste my mana on that yet. Attack against Green Goblin here. And Green Goblin. 5 is greater than 2. I only needed 1 hit to defeat it. Kabunski. Deadsies. Attacking Brown Goblin. That is a natural 20, which means we gain 2 combo, and of course I hit for max damage. This is actually going very well so far. Don't want to jinx it. It doesn't matter which 2 spaces I hit. I'm just going to go there and there. And that's Rix's turn. Feels good. Feels good. Enemy turn with Zertle on deck. They gain threat for the first time this combat. Okay, alright, alright. Zertle. Oh, heck yeah. I basic move to step forward. I'm not going to bother adjusting my combo tracker, though, because I'm going to pummel for my first action, which costs the 1 combo I just gained. And we are going to put some damage around, because I hit everybody around me. This one, dead. Let's see. Do I just take out their armor slots right away? I haven't actually looked at their hit grid yet, so I don't know what they're going to be, what the best hits are. I think it is just taking out armor. Because armor sucks. And then I still have 1 action left. I should have moved here. I could move there, yes. Because the brown goblin was there, so that is still fine. Yeah, and then did my pummel. Because then I can staff attack. Oh, right, these guys suck. Oh, I should have taken out the head. Yeah, no. Armor I don't care about. Doing a brief rewind, hitting the head. Because my staff has to come down from that slot and then go out to the sides. So if there is nothing to the sides, my value is lost. Quite most expertly, sir. And then I do a staff attack, which is strength-based. I roll a natural 1, so nothing happens. Yep, cool. Good on you, good on you. That was Zertle's turn, which I didn't even like switch to the correct view of. And now it's the enemy turn with Rix on deck. What do they do? Brutes or 3? That is a good question, actually. There were brutes in the combat, and they're now dead, so what happens? I assume they gain 3 threats, but I want them to tell me that. Okay. If at least one foe of the specified type is present in the combat and undefeated, otherwise threat increases by the specified amount. Thank you. I do think there's some work to be done on the layout of the rulebook. So they go up to 5 threat, by the way. The layout of the rulebook, I think they could improve that a little bit, but it's not that big a deal. Okay. And now Rix just gets a turn to attack and do things? That's dangerous. You don't want Rix to have a turn. Rix is very good. Rix is my damage output. That said, do I try to line them up diagonally? No, it'll take too many actions to line them up diagonally. Yeah, I think I just want to attack. I'm just going to attack this one. Regular bow attack. Unless I think my axe would be better, but it's not. No, it's not better. Okay. Regular bow attack. Endurance. That is a adjusted 23. Rix is killing it in the dice rolling department. Which means that Rix is killing them. I go this full vertical line. For freezies. Then I attack it again? I attack it again. Can I do that again? Can I roll the same number? Okay, you all saw that happen. That is another 19, which is another adjusted 23. Okay. I didn't actually need that. But here we are. I'm going to go down this line. Oh, I could let them have an activation if I go here and also hit that. Oh, shoot. They should be 2 threat higher because we killed 2 goblins. They have a passive ability where they gain threat when they die. Yeah. 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 Oh no. Okay. So they should be at 7. I'm going to give them their free activation right now. I'm going to take away this damage, but keep my second attack in reserve for just a second. You know, do the best thing for me because of my error. So Goblin, but they both go. They limit break. They both get a power token. I'm just gonna go ahead and slap those on. Then they spend 3 threat, going down to 4. And double shot with maximum targets, which in this case they don't have to move to do. Wait, pink does not. Number 3 does. So hold on. 1, 2. Yep. Now they're perfect. We'll resolve blue first. We're doing a red attack at base 5 damage against Zertle. That's to the head. Zertle has no head armor and drops to 0 hit points. That escalated quickly. Dang. We were doing so well. Then attacks Rix for, again, base 5 on red, which hits the head, which breaks head armor and does 3 to Rix. Ouchie. Well, we kept our armor as long as we could. Up next, this goblin just attacks Rix in the head for 5, knocking Rix down to 0. So, that would have been their activation. Then it would have been Rix's turn. So I guess Rix action surged to stand up. Then did the attack, but I guess because they're now diagonal, I will indeed spend 2 combo to hit both. So we're at 0 combo. I hit both. They both rolled a 19. That's how I'm going to play that. And we're just going to go down the line for both. I still think we're in a ton of trouble. And then I still have a second attack that I can do. I use my second attack to hit. Doesn't matter which one. No, it doesn't matter too much. No, I hit blue. I hit this one. Never mind, I missed that one. It's a natural 1. My on fire status is gone. I will, however, use a minor action to drink out of my health potion to go to 1 HP so I don't just immediately fall down again. Interesting. Okay. I had Zertle at 6 health instead of 5 in the overlay, so I don't know where the disparity came from, but it's fine. That is Rix's turn. We now have enemy turn with Zertle on deck, and we're in trouble now. Boss or 2. Okay, so they don't activate this turn. I'm not sure that that's better for us. Zertle action surges to stand up. Do 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 do. Not dead yet. Minor action Balm puts a cube on himself, so at the start of his next turn he will heal to 3 and then remove the cube. Geez, maybe I should put that on Rix. There's no water on this map, so I cannot use the Jagged Medallion. Oh, we're in a tough position here, gang. They have a lot of health left. I don't think I can chew through that much health. Not unless I get extremely lucky. Okay, so if I can get 20 or higher on Zertle's attack, I can in fact kill one of them outright. I don't think that's good enough. I think what I kind of need to do is hide in the bushes. Right? Yeah. Hey, yeah, that's what I should do. Because, look, there's bushes here that they cannot fire through. So that would kind of force them to split up. You know what else would force them to split up is hiding behind the tower. So, Zertle. Ooh, I could gain 2 combo for free. A double pummel is not very good. No siree. I don't think. Hold please, I'm doing math on this. Boom, boom, boom. Oh, it put both of them down to 2 health left. Two hit points left. But only if I double pummeled, which means we'd be vulnerable to another double attack. And goodness knows we are not surviving another double attack. So yeah, I'm going to move at least once, gaining 1 combo and, not being here anymore. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes, that is what I do. I spend a speed so I can move 5 to there. Then I spend another speed to do form up. I move up to 3, another exile moves up to 3, we gain a combo. Trap them in these bushes. Wait, they could totally kill us both. No, they literally can't get to us? Wait, they can. They can go behind the bushes? With a move of 5? Hmm. Hold, please. Yeah, so what I'm looking at is this one will move first. It could go 1, 2, 3, 4, and target both of them. Okay, that's bad. That's very bad. So let me undo that form up real quick. And then undo my move. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, couldn't even do that anyways. There's a difficult terrain here. So take away the 2 combo, give me back my 2 speed. I've undone all of the movements. Deep in the tank. Wondering how best to proceed. I think the answer is to divide them up. Is that they can't hit both of us, but I think they're just going to kill Rix and then get a second turn for free. Unless I move Rix. Okay, that's what we do. I do a form up, losing a speed. Rix can go there. Yeah, problem solved. They cannot target both of us. And we gained a combo out of that, which I will use to... no, I'm just going to attack now. Just going to attack now. Oh, shoot, but if they kill me, then the second one will still go attack Rix. Oh, We can move further. 1, 2, 3. I could also move Rick's 3 more. So now 5. Okay. Cannot. Oh, they can go there and attack. Yeah. There. They cannot get to a point. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. They can't shoot through the trees. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yep. Okay. Okay. We did it. I think we've solved that problem. They cannot kill both of us in the same turn, which is good. Zertle is now going to Ironshod's Staff, attacking. It doesn't matter which one. Yes, attacking blue. So this is strength. I'm really hoping for at least a 14 on the die. That is a 12. I will absolutely spend my RP point to make that into a 15. Plus 6 is 21 adjusted. That is 4 hits on blue. That's what I was hoping for. We get to go hit from the top, hit to the side, hit down below, and hit over to here. And because we passed through that, we also get to hit this one. I passed through a weak point, or sorry, I hit a weak point, and also when they die, they generate a threat. So either way, they get a limit break. But this guy is dead. So I'm just going to put them at 4. So I'm updating my combo and threat. I'm going to put them at 4 after their limit break because they are activating right now and getting a second power tracker thinger. So they cannot reach both. So they're just going to attack Zertle for base 6. Oh my gosh, base 6 on red. Hey, look at that. It hits an armor that's already destroyed, so I don't have to do anything. I'm already at 0 health, so nothing happens there. Woo-hoo-hoo. And that's Zertle's turn. He falls back down. Enemy turn. Rick's on deck. They gain 2 threats. Oh my gosh, they're going to get another free activation. They've just been spamming the limit breaks. That is one thing I wish they couldn't do. I wish when they got a limit break, it dropped them back down to 0 threats, because it really kills you. Kills you very quickly. Anyways, they're at 6. They're not at 7. They don't get another limit break quite yet. Rix gets a turn. And Rix does not need to worry about being at full health or being at 1 health at the end after the enemy turn, because Zertle will come back up with 3 health right away. So how do I do this? Basic move, obviously. We need to, be able to see this guy, and we ran away because he hurt. He hurt. 1, 2, 3. I'm gonna spend a speed to go here. And I attack this guy? Yeah, I attack this guy. Do I do anything special with my attack? No, I don't think so. No, I don't think so. And we get a combo. Or up to 2. Hmm. I attack. Basic bow attack. Not a good roll. That's 5. Plus 4 is 9. I think I need to get at least 2 successes here to really have a chance of winning this. So I'm going to spend my last RP point as Rick's to get a 12 adjusted, which gets me 2 hits, which I'm going to use to go 1 and 2. Yep, that'll do it. I believe. I believe I've mathed this out correctly, and that will win us this game. Then I basic move again, going up the 3 combo and go 1, 2, 3. And yes, he can come track me down. Oh, do I want him to track me down, or do I want Zertle to just go attack him? 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's fine. Yeah, that's fine. Okay. Zertle's turn is done. We have 3 combo. Enemy turn. Sorry, Rix's turn is done. Enemy turn, Zertle on deck. They gain 1 threat. Oh boy. Good for you. Good on ya. They limit break. I'm gonna just immediately, once again, put them down to 4, because boy does it not matter. There's a 3rd power token for that guy, who goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Cannot actually get to a point where they can see Rix, though, because Rix has an obscuring border, though. Or there. So we're still good. Then we go to Zertle's turn. Zertle stands up because he heals 3 health at the start of his turn. We can't keep getting away with these fights, right? We are kind of... Oh, did I screw myself? Hold on. 1, 2... No, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, it's fine. It's fine. We're going to do a basic move, going up to 4 combo. That part doesn't actually matter too much. We're spending a speed at the same time, so we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then I'm going to double pummel, spending 2 combo in the process. And that gets us down to 2 combo total at the end of all that. And Zertle's at 3 HP. Already got that. Very nice. The double pummel kills this because I get to come in from the bottom in a swoopy move that gets me here. And I go through a critical point at the same time, which gets me this. And then I just come from the side or do a direct target. It doesn't really matter. And hit this, which is the last hit point. And we've done it. That's why I'm so tired. It's late now. That battle took a lot longer than I'd planned. Holy cow, we did it though. Okay. For defeating both groups of enemies, taking a second to breathe. For defeating both groups of enemies, we get 4 total experience. So I'm going to turn this 1 into a 5. For each of them. And then we roll 2 different K rewards for the loot. We got a 16 and a 3. Let me down, Rix. The 16 gets us 2K, 3 gets us 1. I have yet to crit on a loot roll, and that makes me sad. Okay. 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 Yeah, a crit on a loot roll gets you a pathless item, by the way. Cool. Okay. Um, this is just happening too often. I think we need to figure out where the level 4 and 5 enemies are and go fight them. Or at least level 5. Can I fight level 5 enemies instead of all these level 6s that I keep running into? Please. Please, would like to have a better, a more appropriate level fight, please. Oh, wow. Hey everybody. That'll do it for today's stream. That was, once again, that was skin of our teeth intense. I liked it. It always comes down to like these deep planning sessions, which makes me worry a little bit about how this would play out in multiplayer. Because I'll be honest, I don't want to do quite that deep of planning in multiplayer, because that ends up becoming quarterbacky. It kind of relied on everybody kind of agreeing on one plan. And if you're doing multiplayer, that's just not what you do. So there's not a lot of wiggle room for people to go their own way. But maybe I'm just putting myself in poor situations to begin with, and that's why I'm here. That's why it's so hard. Yeah. Okay. Thanks for watching. Seriously, it really does mean a lot when you watch. If you liked what you saw, and I certainly know that I did, uh, feel free to tune in every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday for more of my streams. All times are going to be in US and Canada Pacific. On Mondays, I stream at 1 p.m. Pal World. At 10:30 p.m. Pal World or Arydia. And I'll be honest, kind of feeling Arydia for next Monday because it's kind of sick right now. On Wednesdays, more Pal World at 1 p.m. And on Fridays at 1 p.m. and 10:30 p.m., Arydia, The Paths We Dare Tread. That's the board game you see before you right here, right now. It's great. It's really, really great. When combat ends in victory or defeat, draw event 116. Uh-oh. Hold on. What happens on event 116? We should do that before I sign off, actually. This game's great, though. Highly recommend it. And if you are at all interested in picking up a copy for yourself, they might still have some available online, but they're also planning to do a second printing crowdfunding campaign in the near future, and I highly recommend you check that out if you have any interest in the game, because they'll probably have discounts and some of the expansion packs that have not. Oh boy, I'm getting tired. I'm getting a little spacey. The expansions that are a little bit hard to find at this point, they will have those almost certainly. So I would recommend that. I'm not in any way sponsored by them. I just really feel strongly that this is a game worth supporting. So send your support their way. Everything I do here on Twitch is recorded as a video on demand and exported to my YouTube channel. There's a link in the Twitch channel description somewhere down below. Unless you're watching on YouTube already, in which case, hello, YouTube. Thank you. Thank you for watching. Hopefully it's not too long for you. And if you are watching on YouTube, there's a link to my Twitch channel down below the video, and you can come watch me play games live if you've the time and inclination. It's just a chill time. Beyond that, I'm going to read this event card and then do the rest of my sign-off. Alright, the Captive. Did you defeat the goblins? Yes. As you strike down the last goblin, you see others off in the trees. They disappear, fleeing away northwest into the woods. Thank goodness they didn't try to help out in this fight. We would have lost. Before you can give chase, you hear a voice calling for help. A man steps out from behind a tree. Loot the foes now. Too late, my friend, too late. Then draw NPC 64. Don't flip this card over yet. Oh no. Okay, alright, it's gonna be fine. NPC 64. I hope you are a friendly person who's not gonna try and kill us or betray us in some way. Second Officer Bali. He's a human man. He's fearful and his actions are quailing. A disheveled man is here, wearing officer's clothing. He's looking at you in awe. Oh, I can't believe you fought those goblins! You're either the bravest or most raving mad exile I've ever heard of. Please help me. My garrison, they've been taken as captives. What can you tell us about these goblins? They must have been watching us for days. We didn't see them coming, and they grabbed everyone so quickly. I only escaped because I was using the latrine in the woods. A likely story. What about the garrison? My garrison, we'd come here to reclaim the fort. Little did we know, we were being watched. By goblins. They came upon us just before shift end last night and took most everyone captive. That's why the beds were all made. Nobody actually got to go sleep in them. Where are the captives? I escaped capture, but I know where they are going. Help me return home, and I will tell you what I know. Oh, yeah, okay. Oh, no. Return. Are you ready to leave? Not quite yet. Hold on, friend. First of all, Rix gets an RP point for that. Oh no. Oh no, we're all doomed. Before we do anything else, we are going to do some healing because we are in desperate need. We're in dire straits. So, Zertle, first of all, it needs to swap for his good medkit, but I'll do that in a second. Is going to spend both cubes from his good medkit to try and heal Rix with wisdom. That is an adjusted. What is your wisdom right now? 19? Adjusted 19? Oh, that's so sad. Alright. Rix heals for 2. Then I spend the other cube to do the same thing. That's once again an adjusted 19. That's so sad. Rix heals for 2. Oh no. It's fine. It's fine. I spend a mana to refill my medkits. I also spend a mana to regain, 2 mana to regain Balm and Stratagem. Then I use a cube from my newly refreshed medkits to try and heal Rix. There we go. That is a adjusted 23, which means I heal Rix for 4, which puts her at full. Then I attempt to heal myself. And that's an adjusted 14, which is 2 health. Not 14. Yes, 14. Yes, 14. Yes, 14. Then I use a cube from my old medkit to heal myself. Adjusted 19 means I heal for 2. There was no better option on my old medkit. I spend 1 more mana to put both cubes back on my old medkit. We're now at full health, and I've down to 2 mana with Zertle. And Rix is also at 8 health. And I need to adjust speed. I think at one point I spent a bunch of speed on stuff and did not track it in the overlay. That's on me. That's on me. And then I put my good medkit into my active inventory slot so that I don't forget to do that before next combat. Okay. Alright. Okay. Then we agree to help this guy. Flip Event 116, the captive. As I was hiding, I overheard the goblins saying they were going to take the captives to the other fort in the forest north of Boskton. We haven't even been to Boskton yet, and there's a forest north of it? Huh. It was called Bleakwood Fort, though it's in ruins now. Here, this is the old fort key. It should help you get inside. Again, key item 51. Yeah. The old tower. The old tower key. You got this key from Second Officer Bali. It supposedly opens the entrance to the ruined Bleakwood Fort. The fort is located in the forest north of Boskton. Search until you find the freshly oiled mechanical lock. Okay. I'm not cut out for this. I'm leaving, heading east. Please, save the captives. I'm sorry, I can't be more help. You can take this. Gain 1 stone pathless item. Woo. Woo. Alright. This one. The Jagged Scythe. Okay. That's more like it. So, you all see what Rix's current axe is right now, the horizontal line straight on through. This is not that, but it does allow for 4 damage at a 20 or higher. So, yep, that's what we're doing. We're swapping out the axe for the scythe. Add job 34 to the job deck. And we will investigate what that is next time. And then, okay, hold on. NPC 64 gets banished. NPC 48 goes to their B side. I don't even know who that is. Oh, good. One of my computer fans is very whining and finally stopped whining. Replace hex L3 with a dossier entry. Okay. Alright. Alright. Sorry, I just brushed the microphone. So the fort that I'm on right now gets replaced with a new tile. Dossier 513. There it is. Man, even the dossier is a really good design. Okay, we can no longer enter Fort Prex. Is this location closed? It doesn't actually say that, but there are no longer tile details on Fort Prex. There we go. Okay. And that is where we wrap it up. Because this card is banished, that's the last thing we had to do. Okay. I already did most of my outro. I'm just gonna say, hey everybody, thanks for watching, thanks for chatting and commenting, thanks for liking, following, and subscribing, and I will see you all next time. If you missed the rest of the outro, I already did it a little bit ago. So just rewind a few minutes and see ya.